Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that can truly change the direction of your life. If you don't control your life, someone else will. Too often, people let life's currents sweep them to places they don't want to be, simply because they aren't steering the ship. But here's the good news. You don't have to live that way. Let's break down why taking charge of your life is so important, both practically and spiritually. Number 1. Your life is your responsibility. The Bible is full of wisdom, and one of the most important lessons it teaches us is the concept of personal accountability. Galatians 6 verse 5 puts it plainly, "For each will have to bear his own load." Each of us, you and me, we have our own individual load to bear. No one else can carry it for us. This isn't meant to be burdensome, but empowering. It means you have the power, the responsibility, to shape the direction of your life. No one else can make your choices for you, and no one else will face the consequences of those choices but you. While you are responsible for your actions, you're not alone in this journey. Proverbs 16 verse 9 reminds us, "The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps." You plan, you dream, you make decisions, and God is right there with you, guiding your steps. Embrace the responsibility of your life, knowing that you have the power to choose your path and that God is with you every step of the way. Number 2. You can't delegate control of your life to others. It's so easy to fall into the trap of letting others control our lives. We want to please our parents, impress our friends, live up to society's expectations. But the danger in that is that you end up living someone else's life instead of your own. Proverbs 29 verse 25 warns us, "The fear of man lays a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is safe." When you're constantly worried about what others think, you're letting them control you, and that fear can trap you. God has a unique and specific plan for your life, a plan designed just for you. No one else can fulfill that plan but you. Your purpose, your dreams, your values, they're precious and unique to you. Imagine handing someone else the threads of your life and expecting them to weave the same intricate design. It just won't happen. Instead of looking to others for approval, we need to keep our eyes on God. Trust in His plan for you, even if it looks different from what others expect. Number 3. Lack of control makes you weak. Let's talk about strength. Not physical strength, but the strength of character, the strength to resist temptation, to stand firm in your convictions. When you're not in control of your life, you become vulnerable, like a tiny boat tossed about in a storm. James 1 verses 14 to 15 paints a vivid picture. "But each person is tempted when they are dragged away by their own evil desire and enticed. Then, after desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin. And sin, when it is full grown, gives birth to death." When we don't have a firm grip on the reins of our lives, our desires, our fears, even the opinions of others can easily drag us off course. We become vulnerable to temptation, to making choices that don't align with our values or God's will. But here's the good news. You have the power to resist. It starts with making intentional choices, setting boundaries, and saying no to things that pull you away from your purpose. Strength comes from within, from knowing who you are and whose you are. It comes from aligning your life with God's will and trusting in His strength to overcome any challenge. Number 4. A passive observer of life. Have you ever felt like you were just watching life pass you by? Like you were on the sidelines, observing everyone else living their dreams while you were stuck in neutral? That's what happens when you don't take control of your life. You become a passive observer instead of an active participant. Jesus told a parable about this very thing, the parable of the talents, found in Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30. In this story, a master entrusts his servants with different amounts of money, or talents, before going on a journey. The servants who invested their talents and multiplied them were rewarded, while the servant who buried his talent out of fear was condemned. This parable teaches us a powerful lesson about the importance of using the gifts and opportunities God has given us. We're not meant to simply exist, to go through life on autopilot. When you choose to be passive, to sit on the sidelines, you're not just wasting time, you're wasting potential. So, how do we break free from passivity? By stepping out in faith, by taking risks, by being willing to try and possibly fail. Number 5. Ruined self-esteem and confidence. Our self-esteem, our confidence, it's not something we find in a bottle or achieve through accomplishments alone. It comes from a deep-seated belief in our own worth, in our ability to make good choices and overcome challenges. When we consistently give our power away, when we let others dictate our lives, it chips away at that foundation of self-worth. Proverbs chapter 25, verse 28 paints a powerful picture of this. Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control. Imagine a city with broken down walls. It's left vulnerable to attack, to invaders who can come in and wreak havoc. That's what happens to our self-esteem when we lack control. But when you take control of your life, when you start making decisions that align with your values, even when it's tough, something amazing happens. You start to see yourself differently. Every decision you make, every challenge you overcome, it's like adding another brick to that wall, strengthening your defenses, building your confidence. Number 6. Lack of control makes you an easy victim. The world can be a tough place, and there are people out there who would love nothing more than to take advantage of others. 1 Peter 5, verse 8 warns us, "Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour." This verse reminds us that there's a spiritual battle raging around us, and one of the enemy's greatest weapons is deception. When you're not in control of your life, when you're not making intentional choices, you become an easy target for manipulation. You're more likely to fall prey to those who want to use you for their own gain, whether it's a manipulative friend, a demanding boss, or even societal pressures. But here's the good news. You don't have to be a victim. You have the power within you to stand strong, to set boundaries, to say no to things that don't serve you. Number 7. Fear and passivity take over. Fear is a powerful emotion. It can paralyze us, keep us stuck in our comfort zones, and prevent us from pursuing our dreams. And often, fear takes root when we feel like we're not in control, when we're letting life happen to us, instead of making it happen. But God didn't give us a spirit of fear. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 reminds us, "For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control." It's about recognizing that we have the power to choose how we respond to situations, the power to overcome our fears and step out in faith. When fear starts to creep in, remember that you are not alone. God is with you, and He's given you everything you need to overcome any obstacle. Sin number 8, another wasted life. Life is precious, it's a gift, and it's easy to let it slip away from us if we're not careful. Ephesians 5 verses 15 to 16 urges us to, "Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil." Every day is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to love, to make a difference in the world. But when we're not living intentionally, when we're letting others dictate our lives, those opportunities can easily pass us by. Take control of your life, make decisions that align with your values, and don't be afraid to chase your dreams. So, here's the takeaway. If you don't control your life, someone else will. And when someone else controls your life, you lose your freedom, your confidence, and your purpose. But when you take control, when you step up and start living with intention, you open the door to all the possibilities God has in store for you. Take control today. You're not alone in this. God is with you, guiding your steps and giving you the strength to make bold decisions. If you're ready to take control of your life and live with purpose, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on how to build confidence, live intentionally, and align your life with God's will. And in the comments below, tell me, what's one step you're taking today to take control of your life? Thanks for watching, and remember, your life is your responsibility.